And welcome back. I got another SDCC exclusive for you guys to look at. This one's from Mattel. Now, I don't collect a whole lot from their Jurassic Park Hammond line, but I do when it's really cool or really interesting packaging. For example, there was a couple years ago, I think about 2 years ago, they had an SDCC exclusive Barbasol Dennis Nedry, and it came in this Barbasol can packaging, and you could rotate that, and inside you had Nedry here, and he would pop out and have little phrases.
You didn't say the magic word.
Very cool packaging. More recently, I don't think this was a show exclusive, but there was the God Creates Dinosaurs book by Ian Malcom, which is just Malcolm in that famous scene from the film where he's shirtless recovering here. And then more recently, from Comic-Con 2023, we have this Steven Spielberg Man Creates Dinosaur set. So this one had two packaging options on it. One, as you can see here, was the poster from the original film. Just that basic, I think this might have been the teaser poster. It just said 65 million years in the making. But the more interesting packaging was the second one, the inside, which was essentially one of those scene clockers from the film. Because the set is essentially Steven Spielberg filming a Dilophosaurus. So a little bit more unique than most other sets. So yes, there's a dinosaur, but this is more focused on Spielberg in his filming of the scene where Nedry was attacked by the Dilophosaurus. So fun packaging again, and a little fun set, something a little bit different, but it's also cool to display this way. So why don't we hop in and check out this set. So for me, the box is just as important as the characters here, and I don't want to ruin it. You'll see there's really no way to get into it from the sides or the top, so I recommend going at it from the bottom. That way you can preserve it and reseal it if you wanted to. The background is that scene with Nedry's Jeep there on the falls overlooking sort of the dock sign where he had to get out. So it's just basically the background to the scene Spielberg would be filming at the time. And I'll give you a quick pan over what you could see here. So we have our character in the center here, next to his little director's chair, with his name written on the chair, and a camera. And then we have our Dilophosaurus with his, I don't know what you call that, the part that opened up around his crown, around his head, mane. I don't know what it is for a dinosaur. But it's really cool because it's not just a dinosaur. You can see all the little animatronic components at the bottom that show that this is the prop on the set. So it's taking us beyond just the dinosaur figures, and this is really engrossing us in the scene of filming this moment. So kind of neat that you could do that. And these are all fitted in without any additional holders on there. So you could get these out and put these back in if you wanted to. So without the, did I speak too soon? Nope, it's just wedged in there. So yeah, you should be able to get these out and then put them back in if you wanted to redisplay it this way, which is, I really appreciate, because I do want to put them back into the little clocker. So you're able to just pull these out here in the order. Remember how you put them in. So we have the little chair, and it's got that little Jurassic Park logo on the back there. I'll give you a close-up of that in a moment. And we have our character here, and he seems to be wearing a dinosaur shirt. I think these are raptors on here in that little classic art style. So pretty cool. He has articulation, so you could put him in the director's chair if you wanted to. If you had other Hammond collection characters in this scale, you could even build out a whole scene and have them told in that scene too. So reusable in a variety of different ways. So our dinosaur here is, he's placed on top of this, so you can take him out and just make him a normal Dilophosaurus, or you could place him on this sort of harness here that has the wires underneath and makes it look like he is being controlled off stage by a puppeteer of some sort. So pretty cool. And you have a variety of components on here so he can move his mouth and whatnot, but I'll show you the articulation in a moment. And then we just have that little crown or dinosaur mane. I'm not sure what it's called. So we have the unfurled version, and then you could take that off and swap it out for the, I'm sorry, the furled version, the unfurled version here. So you would take that off to swap it out for this look instead. So now that once it opens up and moves around his head this way. So both, that's nice that they included this part too. So that is essentially the set. I mean, it's just meant to be him filming a scene here with the dinosaur. As they noted on the website, I believe the set's called Man Creates Dinosaur. So you just have him here filming out the scene with the dinosaur. And if you had an edgy character, you could throw it in the scene and complete the whole scene. But yeah, everything seems to work pretty well here. Pretty well balanced. You could display it however you want. Why don't I bring in closer and take a look at the finer features here and some of the articulation. So bringing you in a little bit closer, you can see some of the design features here on the camera, the different painting on the reels up here. You can see a little nub for the lens, but it's just molded in one piece here. It does pivot on the tripod here. The tripod doesn't bend or pivot or anything like that. The chair, that's a different separate piece up here for the crossbar with the Jurassic Park logo on the back. And then you have Steven Spielberg on the front there. The chair doesn't look like it folds or anything, so this is all one piece. Like I showed you already with the Dilophosaurus, you have this crown that pops out here. I don't know what the scientific term is for it, but you could switch it out for the other piece. It just kind of moves on me. It's not easy. Here we go. You could switch it out for this other piece here and put this on him instead. So if you want to have the unfurled look, or the packed up look rather, you could do that. The jaw does open and the head articulates. His arms have multiple points of articulation here. Not like the ones when I was a kid, it just had one. So these move at the elbow and at the shoulder, and at the knee and at the ankle and at the hip here as well. And even the tail articulates. So a lot of articulation on this Dilophosaurus. And he balances pretty well, but you also have that tail as another contact point if you need it. You could probably get him without that contact point though, if you got his legs just right and get that weight distributed. I'm sure you can. I'm just not having luck right now. There we go. But you have that tail for a third point of contact. And then you have this harness. You can see the little wires on it here. Not a whole lot more to it. It's all one piece molded here. But nice detail on it anyway to make it look like a mechanical harness for essentially robotic dinosaur as they used in the movie. So you have that there. Not big on CGI back in the early 90s, so there wasn't a whole lot. It was mostly practical effects. And then we got Senior Spielberg here with the double knees, the ankles, the hips, the shoulders here, the elbow, a little bit of bend, not much because of the way the shirt is set up here, but he does have elbow articulation, wrist articulation, and head articulation. And he's got his sunglasses on, so he's in director mode. So not bad, and then I like that shirt if you didn't see the design before. So not bad set. I mean, it covers pretty much everything you would need out of a director filming a dinosaur movie. All the other dinosaurs could be thrown into any scene if you wanted to have them filming anything, so you could always set that up for display. I think given the curvature of the dinosaur, you should be able to put any of the raptors from the Hammond series on here too, if you wanted to give them a look that they are also robotic dinosaurs being attached to this harness. So you just have a lot of options to do that if you so desired. I can't remember. There we go. So yeah, I think that's cool that they gave that option that it's not connected to it, so you could put any smaller dinosaur in there to give them that look. I know they had the raptors on those harnesses in some scenes too. So that is essentially the set. Well, that's it. Sorry to report that this is sold out now. It was available at the con, but also on Mattel Creations. It was on the website for a while, so if you didn't grab it, I mean, it had a big window for you to grab it. It retailed for about $30. So that's about on par with these sets cost. You get 2 figures in the set, and it was a special packaging, so probably a little bit more, but pretty much on par with what I've seen the other ones go for. So it's sold out now. The only way to get it is in the secondary market. I bought it at the show. You had to win the lottery just to stand in line to buy stuff from Mattel. So I did that. It was annoying, but that's just the way it is at cons on the booth vendors that do actually have exclusives for the most part. So to me, worth it. I love just the concept of it. I love the packaging. So like I said, I don't get all the Jurassic Park stuff because there is a lot. If you want to see what's available, we did shoot the Mattel booth celebrating the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park, 1993 to 2023. So you could check out that video to see what was on display from the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, and all the other variety of dinosaurs that's offered by Mattel right now, including some of the previous fun ones like the Tyrannosaurus in Geraldo on the toilet. So yeah, all that is out there too. That was the big one last year, as I recall. They had a nice display of that. So that's all for this time. You might get lucky and find it for a decent price in the secondary market. I don't know. But it is a cool set. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park, it's a fun one to have. If not, I still think it's just cool, the concept of having the director with the characters too. So that's all we have. That should wrap up, I think. Oh no, we have one more Comic-Con exclusive coming, so tune back for that. I don't want to spoil it. But that will wrap up our Comic-Con coverage at this point, or post-coverage on exclusives. So as always, like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys next time. And I believe for now, that's a wrap.